So one of the better investments that we made this summer when it came to our camping trips and the hiking that we do when we're at the campgrounds was this 22-liter backpack that also has a hydration pack built into it. I wanted to take a second to show you this and kind of go over some of the things I liked about it, as well as a few of the things that I wish were redesigned or maybe a little bit better. So first off, let's start off with what I actually do like about the bag. Now this bag does come in several different colors. It also comes in a couple different sizes as well. So take a look at that and see which one might fit the bill for you. We opted for the 22-liter storage bag with the 2-liter hydration pack that comes in it. You can also pick it up as an 18-liter storage bag, and then they've also got a 2-liter option where it just basically houses the hydration bag only. Now this one here we opted for is the Onyx Black, and honestly it's been one of the better bags that I've had over the years. Now I've owned several of these things over the years that had the hydration packs, and they've all kind of had a little bit different fit and durability to them. So far, after using this one maybe a handful of times, this is probably the most comfortable bag that I think I can remember when it came to hiking and how much we can actually store in it. Even with the extra weight, it doesn't seem to tire out my shoulders very much. Now this bag here, we tend to alternate back and forth between me and my wife, and then we've got a couple smaller bags that are just basically going to house the hydration packs only for our kiddos that they can wear, and that way they're not packing a bunch of weight in and out of the trails, because sometimes we're out there walking around for 4 to 6 hours at a time before we get back to our campsite. Now if you look at the front of the bag here, you'll notice it's got some reflective spots on it as well. So if you're all out there and it starts to get dark on you, as soon as the light hits the bag, it does light this thing up pretty well. And that's going to be nice, especially in those low light situations, to make sure you're still seen. You're also going to notice on this bag, you've got side pockets here. So if you decide you want to carry extra water or maybe a bottle of soda, something like that inside the bag, you could do that on each side of this as well. You've got this nice front storage pocket here where this paracord is. This is where we tend to like to keep maybe some of our smaller snacks, but you can also keep, like we keep our car keys in this pouch here, and we also put like medical supplies, so band-aids, gauze, things like that that you might need in case somebody falls down on the trail. That's a great spot for those things. This little bag does fold down like so you can see the bag here. And what's kind of cool about that is we've actually been able to like stash our water shoes and sandwich them between here. Or the other nice thing is on this second pouch back, this full pouch here goes the length of the bag, and that's also a great spot for snacks, sandwiches, anything else that might be bigger in size. I've had a laptop in here once before, and our water shoes have fit in here really well as well. Just in front of that pouch there is another pouch. Now this one's not as deep, but it's great for a couple cell phones, maybe a camera to put right there, and we've pretty much had all those things in this bag at some point in time. And then the back pouch is where you're going to put your hydration bag. If you look on the bottom here, there's an opening right here where I've got my finger, and that's for like the bag were to start leaking. You're not going to have all that water just sitting in the bag. It kind of gives it like a drain hole for that to come out of. One of the gripes that I've got on this bag, and it's not really a big deal, it's just me kind of being a little bit on the nitpicky side, but I kind of prefer to have like a clip sewn into the bag up here that you can just kind of clip your bag on. They've opted to go with Velcro. Not a big deal. It works just fine. I've not had any problems with it. Just my experience with other bags, that's kind of been my preference. Now these straps here are not only extremely durable, at least so far in my experience, but they're also really comfortable. As I mentioned, we've carried this bag for 4 to 6 hours at a time before, both me and my wife, and we've both had the same opinion of this bag. It really has not fatigued our shoulders. Our shoulders haven't hurt by the end of the trip. We've probably packed somewhere maybe in the 20-pound range on average what we pack in this bag. Something else that's really cool too, one of our trips we were out there hiking and the temperatures were in the 90s. It was a hot trip. This pads right here kind of help get this bag off your back a little bit and kind of create like a spot where air can flow still. And believe it or not, that made a pretty big difference for us. Not only does it kind of ride on each side of your spine there, which made it really comfortable bouncing against my back up and down the trail, but like I mentioned, it does help keep your back from being overheated walking on those super hot days. Now it comes to the straps on this thing, you've got this nice carry strap right here on the top that you can kind of just grab it and go with, but you also, when you put this thing on your back, what we've also noticed when we switch back and forth, we don't necessarily always wear the bag in the same orientation depending on who's carrying it. So it's extremely easy to adjust up and down with these straps here, but you can also lock this across your chest like this. And then if you decide you wanted to do so, it's got a bottom strap down here as well that you can lock in. So if you're kind of jostling around, or you're running or moving around quite a bit, you can kind of lock this in like so, which we don't usually typically use the bottom strap when we do our walking, but nonetheless, this top strap here has been kind of nice just to kind of keep it up on your back into place, especially when you're moving around quite a bit. Now, the hydration pack, let's talk about that for a second here. So this is the hydration pack that they send with the bag. Now this works pretty well. I haven't had any quirks with it. I do have one thing, and once again, it just comes down to preference that I'd rather see. So this one here, the way they've opted to do this bag is kind of like a sandwich clip up here. So essentially you pull that off, you got this like Ziploc baggy type style up here at the top, and that's how you fill your bag up. But I'm not really a big fan of that. It's not the end of the world. You do have to make sure that you get this bag only filled to a certain point. So essentially, if you look at the numbers on the bag, you don't want to overfill past that full point there. And that's just essentially so you can get this bag back closed easily and you're not fighting with the bag. But we'll pull that back shut like so, and that's how that bag operates. And then the other thing on this bag, this part I actually think is kind of cool, is instead of it threading on or being permanently mounted like some of the bags have had in the past, they've provided with this little quick connect here that you push on, and then that just separates out. And that makes it really easy to clean this bag and get it dried out and kind of get it ready for storage again, and then you can kind of get your hose drained out. But overall, that's really the gist of this bag and how this thing's worked for me. I've been really happy with it. Like I've mentioned, it's probably my favorite bag of all the hydration bags that I've tried out over the years. And going forward, this will be the one that me and my wife probably use for quite some time. And then one last feature I wanted to go ahead and take a second to show you was this does have a rain cover also built into the bottom. So if you look down here, you'll see where it says rain cover. If you pull this apart like so, you'll notice it's got this little poncho type thing that basically pulls out, and then you can wrap that around your bag. So if you do get caught in a big rainstorm and you've got devices or something like that in the bag that you don't want to get wet, this is going to do a great job of kind of keeping some of that water off of its internal in the bag and get you down the road. That's really all I've got for you in this review, guys. Like I mentioned, this has been a really good bag for us. We've really enjoyed it. We'll probably pick up another one down the road based on our needs next year, just so my wife and I can each have one and we could keep a little bit more on us, especially on those longer trips. So if you're in the market looking for a nice hiking bag and you want to be able to store some things in it as well, take a look at this one here, see if this might fit the bill for you. Other than that, that's all I've got for you in this review. I hope this was somewhat helpful for you. Appreciate you taking the time to watch. We'll catch you guys on the next one.